2024 is looking to be a huge year for gaming, so whether you're looking for new games or wondering what I'll be covering on this channel, this list has got you covered. Before we get into the list, I just want to mention that I left out 2 Day 1 Game Pass releases that would have been on this list because I'm making a Game Pass specific video that's coming out soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. Let me know down below if I miss any of the games that you're excited for this year, so without wasting any more time, let's quickly cover my top 10 games that I think you should play in 2024. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have NCAA College Football 25. This beloved series is back and seemingly better than ever with all new graphics and gameplay mechanics. The hype is real around this game, and in the first couple of days since its early access release, it seems to be living up to it. Personally, I don't have a console, but I'll be lying if I said I wasn't in the works of trying to get my hands on one just to play this game.
Be the first coach to lead your school through the new 12-team playoff and hoist the College Football Playoff trophy.
Moving on to number 9, we have Space Marine 2 Warhammer 40k. This third-person shooter hack and slash is looking to shake things up by offering not only a single-player campaign mode, but also a co-op PvE and PvP modes. Honestly, I've never really known much about Warhammer or played any of the games, but as soon as I saw the gameplay, I couldn't help but think of Gears of War with all the movement and the different gameplay. It looks a lot more flashy, and the single player looks a lot more like horde based. From the few playtests I've heard about, good things have been said, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on this one. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy or groundbreaking, but it definitely looks like a fun multiplayer game to hop in with friends and play.
Annihilation Deathmatch, strategic seize ground, or the exhilarating capture and control. Then engage in adrenaline-pumping matches that will test your skills against players from across the world. Each skirmish offers you the chance to earn more XP and add more weapons.
Up next at number 8, I covered this game previously in the top 5, and I was honestly more excited about it back then, but the lack of updated gameplay reveals and some rumors about overhauls to the gameplay mechanics prior to release has me a little bit worried. But nonetheless, this action RPG looks to have a lot of potential. I just hope they can deliver a clean, functioning game. Honestly, even if it means more delays, meaning it gets pushed back to 2025, because currently we don't know the release date, but it is confirmed to be 2024. Honestly, I don't have much else to say about the game just because they are making those overhauls based on feedback that they got from the community. So I guess that's kind of a good sign that they're taking feedback from the community, but this early on already needing overhauls, I don't know. Still definitely a game that I'm keeping my eye on because I was very drawn in by the early gameplay that they did show.
Play it day 1 with Game Pass.
At number 7, we have what might be a controversial pick. Honestly, I don't think it's that controversial pick, but we have the Starfield DLC. Now, before you go anywhere, I understand that this game wasn't the best received games with classic Bethesda bugs, performance issues, and just different issues that people had with the game, from story to gameplay not being too crazy. But call me crazy, I had fun. The game, like I said, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it was fun. I can honestly say that.
For a lot of you, that take might be crazy. Nonetheless, I think this DLC can be the love and attention Starfield needs to make it a great game, and I'm trying my best to go in it with some tame expectations and trying to enjoy for what it is.
Let's embrace encircling your heart, constricting until there is no more you, only us.
Coming in at number 6, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Honestly, for me personally, this is a little bit more of a controversial pick just because I've said time and time again that I've never put my time or money into Call of Duty, even though I continuously do. But nonetheless, I was kind of impressed with what I saw, and at least they're trying to do something different, so I'm definitely keeping my eye on this Call of Duty, on top of the fact that it is going to be on part of Game Pass this year. Like NCAA, this is another personal beloved series to me just because I grew up on these games, so honestly, if there's any COD that succeeds, I hope it's this one, on top of me always hoping for zombies to come back in the strength that it had in Black Ops 2, 3, and 1.
Into a CIA black site. Are you Things got complicated.
At number 5, we have a game that I've already covered a little bit on this channel, but we have Marvel Rivals. It's another hero shooter just like Overwatch, but on top of being with Marvel heroes and villains, it's free to play, so that's always a huge plus. With different mechanics like combining abilities with certain characters and features like destructible environments, Marvel Rivals is making its push into the team hero shooter scene. At the moment, we don't have a release date, but it's heavily assumed that it comes out at some point in Q4 of 2024, so that could be late 2024 or early 2025. But with the upcoming beta test this month, and after a successful alpha test earlier this year, I'm very optimistic that we'll get some type of early access or open beta later this year. Well, hopefully.
Flawless. Healing power. Your fate is sealed. Stronger together. Maximum pulse.
If you saw my top 5 video from earlier this year, then you would know that this game was ranked a lot higher. So at number 4, we have Black Myth: Wukong. Like I said, this was a game that I already covered in a previous video, and I feel like most of you have heard of it by now, with its release right around the corner in August. But if you haven't heard, Black Myth: Wukong is an action RPG with Souls-like elements inspired by a Chinese novel, Journey to the West. This is another game that's built up massive hype, but I'm trying to keep my expectations tame, especially considering this is the company's first major title like this. Like on my previous video, the only other game I could find from this company was a game called Art of War Red Tides. That's a game completely different, so we definitely have to keep an eye on it. And not only that, the game looks to push Unreal Engine 5 to its limits, so that's also another thing that we kind of have to keep our mind on. So let's get into my top 3 games that I think you should play in 2024. Keep in mind that things are shifting around. If you watch my earlier video, you'll notice that a couple things have changed around, especially going into number 3, where we have Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. If you're new to the channel, let me tell you, good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to hear a lot about this game from me. Previously, I put this game at number 1, but after some more gameplay reveals, I've been able to keep my hype realistic, like I've mentioned earlier. For me personally, this is another one of those childhood games that I had growing up, so I don't know, it just kind of feels like I'm in my childhood again with NCAA, another Black Ops, and now this, the Tenkaichi series getting continued with Tenkaichi 4, technically Sparking Zero. But I'm not trying to let nostalgia get the best of me, so I'm trying my best to stay realistic, because what we've seen isn't perfect, but it looks great, and it looks like it can have a lot of potential if they do the little things right.
Wow, that kind of stuff!
No mercy. Justice is absolute.
Everybody is counting on me.
So, you're my opponent, huh? Here I come! Hacha!
You're gonna have to do better than that!
You're very good. I'll help you, Rosie. You are powerless before my love.
After all this, you really think I'll surrender?
Before we get into the top 2 games I'm most excited for and think you should play, I wanted to rapid fire some honorable mentions, so I'll just throw them up on the screen and I'll see you in a minute for my top 2 games of 2024.
キルアが相手でも手は抜いてあげないよ。負けた方がジュースおごりな。
Wrapping up those honorable mentions, at number 2 we have Light No Fire.
We haven't heard much about this game other than early reveals. The game boasts an Earth-sized planet with many creatures and other Hello Games tropes. These are the same guys from No Man's Sky, and for me, that's a huge plus considering what they were able to accomplish with such a small team.
With all the recent updates to No Man's Sky and the improvement of all their mechanics and technologies within the game, we can kind of get a glimpse of what Light No Fire might have to offer. For someone who's starting to burn out from survival games, this feels like it could be a game unique enough to bring me back in and have a similar experience with friends like I did in early Minecraft. And when I say like Minecraft, I don't mean anything near as impactful, but something that I can just get on, goof on with friends, and kind of come back to every couple of months and have that little like 2 week to month period where I just grind the game and then don't touch it for another like 6 months. Just something like that. A very similar experience that I had with No Man's Sky, but instead of it being every couple months, it would just be every update. At number 1, we have a game that I'm hoping can deliver experience that I've been looking for since I was a little kid. So without further ado, we have Star Wars Outlaws.
After playing the Jango Fett bounty hunter games as a kid, that is getting re-released by the way, I couldn't help but want more crime/bounty hunter games, so I'm hoping this game can deliver an experience I've been looking forward to since I was a kid.
In this game, you will be controlling a scoundrel named Kay Vess alongside her companion Nyx. On top of crime factions, this game boasts a bunch of other gameplay mechanics like space combat, stealth, and even a wanted system, something we've never seen in a Star Wars game. Personally, a lot of this gets me excited. The only thing that scares me is it's a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft doesn't have the best track record. They do have some really amazing games, but I feel like just of late they haven't produced the best games, and sometimes it just feels like a little bit of a money grab. But with all that said, I just wanted to make a quick video without wasting your guys' time about 10 games that I think you should play, and to kind of give you guys a direction of where we're going in this channel and what we're going to be posting. If you made it this far, I just want to thank you, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gaming content, and I'll see you in the next video.